Oh. Sorry about that. Nothing like excitement, right? Okay, are there any echoes or any other weird things? Hi, Nancy. Whoa, I thought I had everything ready and nasty sounds. Anyway, my name is Cheryl Wright. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from northeastern Montana, and I am here to share the bird's eye view with you today and a couple other things. Last week, I was not here. I did a repeat video that I had done before on kits. And as soon as I scheduled it, well, not as soon as, but shortly after I scheduled it, Stampin' Up! Announced that there is a kit sale this month. So that was like perfect timing as far as I was concerned. I think that kit that I showed last week is still available, but if it's not, there are many kits available, and some of them are up to, well, they're all on sale. Some are up to 30% off on the sale. There's some Christmas, there's some seasonal ones, there's some crafting kits that you can make wreaths and all kinds of fun stuff. So let me share a couple things with you and we'll get stamping. All right. Let's see here. I haven't done a lot. Well, I guess I did a live Tuesday night in my group. I do mystery stamping. So I let my customers and my team members in. So come join us if you fall into those categories. So the kit collection, there's even some magnetic boards, all kinds of fun stuff on that sale. Last month was the month to earn some $5 coupons, and this month is time to redeem them. And you can redeem as many as you have in one order. So it's $5 off, with each coupon that you received, and the coupons would have been emailed to you for every $50 order. Oh, excuse me. Online exclusives, there are still many fun things there. The truck punch is on back order, but it is coming back. So it's not available right now, but it will be back. And the stamp set is so much fun. I did my last big class that I did was on that bundle. So anyway, this is the August paper pumpkin kit. And if you are in my group, we have the drawing for whoever enters into this bingo challenge is next Tuesday. So, and these are some of the kits. I think they're all still available, but like I said, I haven't checked recently. This is one of the more recent ones. There was one that was just added the other day. And so this is a fun one. I saw a sampler made with this one the other day. Oh, cute. Anyway, these are some of the ones. This is the wreath that you can get. These are some of the ones that are possibly available. I'm not sure which ones are available. I have not checked recently. So there are some of the fun promotions from Stampin' Up. My perks this month, if you use this host code and you place a $35 order, then you will receive all the cut up supplies that you need to make the cards today, or the projects, because one of them is not a card. One of them is something a little different. Anyway, you'll receive all the pieces and parts, the DSP. I cannot do any of the stamping for you. That's on you. So if you don't have the exact stamps, you could always substitute, or, you could get them. A $50 order, you'll get the card kits and a tutorial bundle of over 40 plus tutorials. I'm a part of a group and we all make one, and then we can give them away with a $50 order. $75 an order will get the other two things and a free embellishment. So this is a bird's eye view, and this is the set that we're going to focus on. Every project that I do has a portion of this in it, or one of the stamps from this. If you want to find me at any of the other places I mentioned, my right there. Good job. Right at the bottom of my screen is my Linktree address. So it's just Linktree/CherylWright. And you'll find me in all my places. Be sure to say hello. Tell us where you're from. Nancy's already told us she's from humid and hot Kansas. It's humid here, but not hot. But you can see with my natural curl how much, yeah, it just gets bigger and bigger the more humid it gets. So anyway, some people curl their hair. I uncurl it right here. We're also, the first card we're going to do is also going to bring in everyday things. So between the two, this doesn't have any sentiments with it. Sentiments. So I had to pull in a couple other sets to get the sentiments to work. All right. I started pulling this project together last week, and then I had to, or actually 2 weeks ago, and then it just didn't happen. So that's why I did the replay last week. Anyhow, so we're going to start here. This is just a regular card base, and then I'll measure these out. Let's see here. This piece is 4 3/4 by 3 3/4. All right, and this is just a half a sheet of cardstock. I do have it scored, and I'm going to start with a more simple card and then just get a little bit harder. The last two are not really harder. It's just there's more pieces and parts. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right. Hi, Carol. South Carolina. Huh? How are things in South Carolina today? All right. So we're going to set those aside. This is a white piece of cardstock. It is 4.5 by 3.5. So, we were supposed to get rain today, but we did not get rain today. Had a little sprinkle, but nothing major. But we couldn't do any cutting. I live on a farm in northeastern Montana, and we are currently trying to start some of our harvesting. And sometimes we get rained out, which is better than 100 degrees, in my opinion. Oh, it's hot there. All right, we're going to start by stamping a pencil in the middle of the card-ish. I hope that's the right spot. I probably should have checked it a little bit more. And then we're going to take this little guy, and I went too far up. Okay, that's why that's why pieces of paper have two sides, right? Oh, well, welcome, Carol. Thank you for joining us. Everybody's welcome. All right, you know what? I'm going to go back. I'm going to do this backwards. I don't want to run out of room, so I'm going to put him down. I'm going to be smarter this time. All right, so there's that little bird. And then we're going to put the pencil down. Oh, I missed him. All right. I need to do this differently. Okay, I'm going to just chop another piece of paper up really quick. I do not have one chopped up. I will chop one up. All right. Ooh, halfway done. Yeah, I want him standing on the pencil. I don't want him floating above it. Silly me. So what did I say this one was? I don't know. I'm not starting off with a bang here. 3.5. All right. 3.5. I usually have an extra one cut, but this time I thought, I don't need it. And 3.5 by 4.5. Did I get that right? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to start. We're going to be smart this time. And you know what? I have a backup in case I need it. So I'm not going to need it now. You only need a backup when you don't have one, right? Okay. I'm going to build from the bottom. I'm going to, this is a thank you card. My daughter had lots of different support, and she's starting her teaching career, and she needs some thank you notes. So I thought these would be perfect for her. You know, put the little pencil on there. And so we're going to start with thanks, and we're going to build it up because the other way didn't work. I'll use that for something else. All right, now we're going to do the pencil. All right, I don't want those layering on top, but because these are red rubber, we can't see through them very well, right? But this guy is photopolymer. Now, when you're using photopolymer, you want to make sure you have a mat underneath, and I have a mat under my whole sheet, but Stampin' Up! Does sell paper piercing mats, they're called, and they work perfect under the photopolymer stamps. And that's what that was supposed to look like the first time. Okay, so we just have a cute little bird. Oh, I need that one more time. All right, so what we're going to do with this one is we're going to put some little studious glasses on them. And honestly, I love these little studious glasses. And it fits right over his nose, and you can see where it goes. There you go. Isn't he just absolutely adorable? All right. Excuse me. This is crushed curry, but we don't have a crushed curry color. So the dark Daffodil Delight blend is close to the crushed curry. So that's what I'm going to use. And my ends are just not good on mine. I need to invest in new Daffodil Delight markers, but I haven't lately. So we're going to actually just do this pretty much one color anyway. I think this is toast, but we might get some in there. Probably not going to shade this very much. I'm just going to lay down a bunch of color with my, I told you my daughter is starting her teaching career. She needs thank you notes, but I let her color. Yeah, I let her color pipe cleaners last year with my markers. Don't ask me why, but she, yeah, the ends of my markers are a little toast right now. They are not in good shape, some of them, and I need to replace them, and I keep forgetting to. It's one of those things. Oh, I need to order. What am I going to order? I have some rewards to use. What should I order? And I never think, oh, I need to replace those silly Daffodil Delight markers. Okay, so we have that. And then I'm going to use some of Flirty Flamingo. I think that's going to make a perfect eraser color. And like I said, I'm not doing a whole lot of shading. I am using the blends, so they are made to shade and do all that fun stuff. But this is my Keep It Simple Cheryl card because I don't do that very often. Sometimes I like to make things more challenging. All right, and I have a dark crumb cake, and I have the light crumb cake. I have two of those. See, I do buy replacements occasionally. And the dark crumb cake. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull in some of the dark. Gotta make that wood grain, you know, a little bit. And then up by the tip. And then I'm going to add the light. And this end is very dry. Can you hear that? Yeah, you shouldn't have to hear these markers. Okay. And I also have, light gray granite is going to be the pencil. the metal on the pencil, a little silver, and then I have basic black. Or no, I didn't want to use that. I wanted to use dark pebbled path. It's one of the new colors, the new in colors. Because graphite is kind of black, but not really. Okay, so we have that done. Next, we're going to color the little bird. And we might make this, well, we'll keep it primary since it's, so I have dark Poppy Parade and light Poppy Parade. So I'm going to go in with the light. Lots of coloring on this stamp set, but you don't have to make it difficult. Just keep it simple. And then I'm going to do the belly. I'm kind of going for more like a robin on this one, I guess. I don't know. I guess robins don't have red wings. I don't know. I'm not very creative on this coloring today. Like I said, we're going to mass produce these, I hope, for my daughter, for her to send out some thank yous for some people. When I started teaching, you didn't have Amazon, and so you didn't put wish lists out for people to buy things. Well, she did that. That's kind of the new thing. And she had so many people that were kind enough to buy her a couple odds and ends for her classroom. So I'm going to do this one, do the little beak, and then I'm going to color the top part with the light crumb cake. Kind of keep a similar color palette. I don't go all over. Oh, one of the cards? No. Two of the cards coming up. There are so many colors on it. It's just kind of amazing that there's that many colors. But I have a shortcut for that one. I'm not going to make you sit through all that coloring. All right. So how's everyone's summer going? My summer is going very, very quickly. But I don't have to go back to work or anything. I'm a retired teacher. So I just help out where's needed, whether it's on the farm or a friend of mine has a business I'm helping out with. I do some graphics for some people and run my Stampin' Up business. I also have 3 other direct sales businesses, but Stampin' Up is my primary one because it is my love. I am a crafter from a long time ago. I've always been a crafter. So there he is. Cute or what? I think he's absolutely adorable, especially with those cute little glasses on. All right, when I get this to where I want it, as far as the coloring, and I like it, I'm going to do one more fun thing to this one. And then you won't be able to see I can show you the end result on my test card. I did do a test card on this one. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. All right, so there's my little card. Now what we're going to do, I don't know if I like that eye. We're just going to do it all around that eye. Ooh, very dry. I need to mark that one dead. All right, this one too. We're just going to do it all. All right. So what I'm going to do now, I have to find it. All right, it's right here. What we're going to do now is this is a fine tip glue pen. And thank you, Carol. You take the lid off. We live such a dry climate that I actually keep the seal inside when I'm not using it, because otherwise I've had a couple of these just dry up. So I keep that in there. So this is a fine tip glue pen, and there's a needle in this pen that you have to make sure you put inside. But right now I'm going to make it look like he has glasses on. So I'm going to get this going and just take it around the edge of the glasses. And then I'm going to slowly color it in. And I'm basically making a puddle of clear glue. And now I'm going to do the same thing here. Oh, I got a bubble. The bubbles will go away. And if not, we'll just call it that it was supposed to be there. All right. So I'm going to put my, if you live in a dry climate and you don't use your glue very often, put the little cap in there. Again, I'm trying it. This is the one I've had the best luck with the longest. So then you put that tip in. I think I have too much air in there. I am making a mess with my glue. Okay. There you go. Oh, for the love of Pete. Maybe it's time to get the cheaters out. I always tell my doctor if I can still thread a needle, I don't need them, but all right, now I've got it. Okay. Wow, that was a lot. Anyway, I think I should have let it drain first. So now I'm going to glue this. I have to be very careful to glue that because I don't want to tip it upside down to add glue. So let's go to our card. And like I said, we're making thank yous. I'm going to just add some adhesive, some of the Tombow adhesive glue on this. And I am not going to do my layers. Sometimes I like to do them cattywampus. So my layer is going to be cattywampus or crooked or whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some glue. I'm going to try to just keep it in the center of this because I have to set this card aside so his eyeglasses can dry. But I do have a sample that I can show you of what it looks like when he is all put together. All right, let me see if this is right. That works. All right, there's our first card. Now, I did the other thank you from the set. This is the Everyday Thanks set, and it's got the pencil and the 2 thank yous, but it could be used for helping somebody out, get well, paramedics, doctors. This is another teacher one you could use. But right now I'm setting this one far away so it can dry, and I will show you. Otherwise, I'm going to set something on it. So this is the one that's already dry. And can you see? Oh, there's the reflection. Can you see the reflection on his glasses? Isn't that cute? So this is a very simple card. It just used stamp ink and paper on a little extra fancy gluing, on his glasses. But once they're totally dry, and this one had bubbles, but you can touch it and it just looks like glasses. Kind of cute. All right. So that is card number 1. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to teach you a little bit of masking because I thought that this would be so cute if I had these stacked. So I made a couple masks to pull that off. Let me grab some masks. Stampin' Up sells masking paper. It's just a very thin paper. Let me grab it. It's a very thin paper. Stampin' Up's is very tacky though. So put it on your skin a little bit or, put your fingers on it, let it get some oil. Otherwise, it will stick to your paper and sometimes pull your paper up when you decide that you are not wanting to ruin your paper. But it is a very, it's awesome. You can also use Post-it notes. All kinds of good stuff. So I usually, once I make them, I just stick them on the inside of my case. So the next thing we're going to do is a bookmark. So here's this one. And all right, my finished sample. I don't want to share that with you until it's time. Okay, So we are using a piece of cardstock. This is oh, that glue. That glue is going to haunt me now. I picked it up and some of it's leaking out. Don't do it the way I did it. Let it settle before you put that little cap on it again, if you choose to do that. If you're in humid places, you don't have to worry about it. Okay. So that's the second mistake I've made today. Third one's a charm. Okay. So let me back up. I have Azure Afternoon. This is 7 by 2.5. This is very vanilla and it is 6 by 2 inches. All right. I am going to pull in a stamp from, let me grab it, Gorgeously Made. I'm losing pieces. Gorgeously Made, and I'm going to use this stamp because I thought this would look great on a bookmark. And I am going to grab a drink of water. My hands are sticky now. The glue debacle. All right, we're going to set those just aside for a second. We are going to get that stamp. Like I said, it's this one. It just kind of adds a little oomph. Be sure to say hello in the comments. I would love to have you on my newsletter or my email list. It's at the link right, the Linktree link right there. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah, right there on the screen. Go there and sign up for my newsletter, my emails. Sometimes it's newsletter. Sometimes it's just, hey, this is what's happening. Come check it out. I don't pester you a lot, but I do try to keep you updated on everything that's going on in my Stampin' Up! World and the Stampin' Up! World. So I would love it if you shared the videos, told your friends about it. I'd love to be your demonstrator if you don't have one and you live in the United States. Okay, enough business talk for now. Let's get back to fun. So I stamped, this is going to be the back of the bookmark, just kind of, I could do more stuff, but that's all I did. And then the front, I'm going to set this piece aside. And now we're going to do a little masking, and I do not need this anymore. I try to keep my mats for a couple. I set down my lid on my stamps over here, but we're going to ignore that. I try to keep my mats for a few weeks at least. You know, conserve paper for as long as I can stand it, and then off it goes. So what I'm going to do is, this is the inside of my bookmark, and I want a bird, and then I want a bird, and then I want a stack of books below him. So knowing what happened the last time, we're going to start with the words. I am pulling in another set of words. I pulled in this set of words already from Gorgeously Made. This time I'm going to pull in You Inspire Me from the Crafting With You bundle. You can use whatever you have. I was looking for things like, you know, that books might say, or birds that were smart. You know, I don't know. So, I used this bird this time. There's one that everybody refers to as the Harry Potter bird, and I'm not sure which one of them it is. In the new catalog, there are owls, so maybe they'll be referred to as the Harry Potter owls. Do we have any Harry Potter fans on? Oh, I told you I was going to start with the words, and I inked up the bird. Oh my gosh. I need to just take a deep breath. All right, this is not going to stamp well because I can see there's a fiber on there. I don't know what happened. So I'm going to pull back my scrap paper. There. It's going to be good now. No weird bubbles. All right. Put it where it belongs so you don't get yourself in trouble. All right. I'm just going to stamp You Inspire Me at the top, because books are a huge inspiration. And then we're going to take this owl or bird, or I guess owls are birds. I don't know which one this is. And we're going to stamp it below. If you do your order, this will be one of the project kits. I'll have all the paper. I will even send you a piece of the masking paper. So there he is. Now we're going to take this stack of books. And my advice to you is you have to start at the top. So don't start at the bottom and try to stack them up this way. You start at the top and you go down, because the top is what you're going to cover up. So let me show you. All right, I want this to pretend like, I want it to look like he's standing on the books. Let's see here. I don't want it to be on him. I love the photopolymer stamps. They don't last sometimes as long, you know. They won't last maybe 5 decades. They might last 4, where the rubber will probably last for an eternity. Anyway, so now that we have that one, I want to stack books underneath. But if I do this again, I'm going to get this top lip up here, and I don't want that top lip. So you can tell that I use this quite a bit because you can see where it's going to hit. So you just lay this over the already stamped image. This is called masking. Then you take your books again and you line it up like you want it to be in a stack. There you go. And then when you peel off the mask, this is where you want to get your masking paper not to be so tacky so it peels up easy. There you go. Now it looks like stacks of books. So we're going to add another layer. So I'm just going to add this to the bottom here. And do it again. And I can move it over a little or whatever. I'm trying to get it so it's on my bookmark. There you go. It takes just a little practice, but not a lot. And then I'm going to pick that up again. Just see that? Isn't that cool? And then I'll do it one more time. There you go. Oh. And there he is standing on a stack of books. All right, and then you color this, add it to this, or not color it. It could go on just like that. Add it to this, and then I'm also going to send you a sleeve. This is a bookmark sleeve, and it will go in like so, all colored. You don't need to sit. I colored mine with the one I'm going to show you in a minute. I colored with colored pencils. And it's a lot of little colors, you know, little pieces and whatever else. But this is the front of your bookmark. This would be the back. And then I will send a piece of the silver threaded twine. Is that what it's called? Silver threaded twine. Yes. I'll send you a chunk of this. And let me show you the finished product. Here you go. There is our little bird bookmark. And like I said, you don't need to sit here and watch me color all those different colors. But, and I thought I grabbed the same color, but I didn't. This is, oh, my brain just went kapooey. Oh, Tahitian Tide. This is Tahitian Tide, and this is Azure Afternoon. But I thought they looked both fine. So I will send you the sleeve and the paper and the twine, and you get to make this one. So that is project number 2. I do 2 every week during my free class. And let's see how this card is coming. It might need some more glue. See how it's getting better. I still have a bubble there. It's going to be interesting to see if it actually goes away all the way. I think as the glue dries and it shrivels up, it will. But it'll be fine. Okay, next up is I wanted to do, like I said, another one that has, oh, had a fly in here. Are the flies bad where you live? They're horrible here. Flies, grasshoppers, you name it. So I was looking through some stuff on Pinterest one night, and I saw how they used the Gone Fishing. This is the dies. They used this as something besides the tackle box cover. And I had an aha moment. You know how it is when you're crafting. And I wanted to use it as a bookshelf. So that's what I did. So we're using a piece of a piece of pecan pie. Oh, gnats. Ugh. I'm just insects. As long as they stay in their own place is fine. But when they're in our turf, I'm not a big fan. Grasshoppers here have been horrendous. They are eating crops right and left. It's just sad. Anyway, 11 by 4. And I scored it at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Okay, so it's an easel card. And so this will pop up eventually. Okay, so that's our card base. So then I told you I was going to take that die, and this is my bookshelf. All right. Now, that die has some extra little edges. Let me show you. And I'll send you this with your order also, with your card kits. So it's got these little notches on the outside edge. All I did is just snip them off with a pair of snips. So that's where I got this. Then I thought, well, it needs to have a background. And I was going for the wood look. So this is just a little bit smaller. And I ran it through the timber embossing folder. And I'll do this for you also. All right, I have a ruler in a place that the rulers do not belong. All right, so we're going to add this to this. Okay, so I actually need to do this part. And I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use one that's got a bunch in it. This one's good. All right, so I'm going to add some dots. You could use adhesive sheets on this, but where I might need to tuck a piece under here and there, I didn't want to use adhesive sheets on this. And then it also uses a lot of adhesive sheet because of all these little windows it punches out. And we are going to use one of those. I'll show you in just a minute. So this is my bookshelf. All right. And I'm going to flip it over, line it up on here. And like I said, that wood texture piece is just a little bit smaller. All right, now, while that's drying, I'm going to throw a couple large blocks on it just to keep it weighted down. And then if I have any glue bubbles, I can pick them up with an adhesive eraser. All right, well, that is just sitting there. We're going to stamp. Oh, that was my extra piece from the last card. We're going to stamp some books, which you've already seen me stamp books. So I stamped some extras. There's a lot of coloring with this set, and I didn't fear you needed to watch me color everything. So I'm going to go ahead and color a set of books while I'm waiting for that to dry. And when you're coloring books, you can pick whatever colors suit your fancy. In a library, there are colors there's all over. All the different colors. Yeah, okay, this is pretty peacock. Did a little dark, now I'm adding a little light. On the bookmark, I used colored pencils, our watercolor pencils, and then I went over them with a blending brush. This one, I am just using the blends. I am using the Memento ink for both the watercolor pad, just with the blender pen. If you were using watercolor, you would want to use Stays on ink because it wouldn't bleed. These don't bleed when you're on this. All right, what other color should I use? I have light cherry cobbler. Ooh, my tip is coming out. Do you see that? So I'm going to grab it and push it back in and then wipe that on my jeans. I always wear dark colors because I'm always wiping something on my pants. These are actually my old farm jeans. So, meaning they just get to be worn around the farm. I don't wear them in public very often. All right, this was light cherry cobbler. I don't know if I have the dark. Oh, I do have the dark one out. And so I usually can't use red without getting it everywhere. Somewhere or another, if there's red involved, I'll have it up to my elbows. All right. Like I said, I didn't think you wanted to watch me color a whole bunch, so I did a lot of this beforehand. So I'm just going to color this one, and then we're going to move on. I'm going to go with red, green. We'll go with the blue. Well, actually, we're going to not go with the blue. We'll go with an orange. I know, my colors are all kind of weird. All right, so we're going to do that. Just give it a little shadow. If you missed it at the beginning, there is a kit sale happening right now. If you are into kits, it's a perfect way to craft if you don't want a lot of extra pieces and parts around. Or if you want to give them as gifts. Or you have young people or older people that want to craft with you. They make the perfect solution. Oh, I think I grabbed the wrong color. Oh well, it'll just give it a little extra oomph. Nobody will ever know the difference. Okay, on the ends, I just used some of the crumb cake. So I just did kind of a couple of wipes here and there. Give it a little shadowy look. And then I went over it with the light. So those are my books. That's how I did my books for my bookcase. All right, we're going to get that all put together now. Well, actually, we're not, because I'm going to cut this out really quick and then bring in a couple other pieces. Actually, I have one more piece to color. So I'll cut this out. Pair of snips. Sorry for my elbow being in the middle of the camera. Thank you, Nancy. All right. I forget to look up and see comments occasionally. And like I said at the beginning, you get the free card kits with an order. And I could actually put the link in there. If you're in my Facebook page or if you're on my YouTube channel, you could click the link. If you're in my group, sorry, Facebook doesn't let us put links in groups from streaming services, to my knowledge. But I'll add it here in a second. And so that's how easy the books are to cut out. Just zip, zip, zip. I can put the link in just a second. I'll grab it. And I can send you all the pieces and parts and the bookmark sleeve and the twine. All right, here we go. There's the link if you're interested in ordering. All right, back to, oh, I said I had one more thing to color. I told you I had birds. Uh-oh, where'd my bird? Oh, here they are. Didn't know which one I wanted to use. I love these. We're gonna go with the bluebird. Actually, we're gonna put glasses on them again. And I need to make sure. And this set comes with 2 different glasses, but I like these best. So that's what I'm using. I'm gonna go with this one, you know. It also has a monocle. I should have used a monocle, but I didn't. So you can if you'd like. I don't know if that's sit for a minute. This piece, I'm gonna put these aside. And I judged the fair this week, and I judged stamping and scrapbooking in a neighboring county. And you would not believe the people that turn their cards in for judging and have glue blobs everywhere. So get rid of your glue blobs. These are really cheap, and they pick up your glue blobs. So there's my PSA. So this is my shelf, and I'm going to put books in here. Oh, this fly. I'm not going to give it a whole lot of dimension because if my bookshelf was coming out, I would, but I'm not going to because of that. So there's books, and I made some more books. You didn't need to sit here and watch me color all the books. And I even made one set. I cut off the top part. So let's see here. This is this piece on those books. And I cut it so that it would fit up against here. But I forgot to leave it empty. I forgot to leave a slot to put it in. So there we go. So if I get it in there, we're not taking it out. There. So it kind of looked like it was there because that end was weird. So while we've got it there, we're just going to put a little piece of glue, a little bit of glue. And plunk it there. Make it look, because we're going to put a bird on there. And you know what bird we're going to use? You haven't seen him yet. Isn't it cute? So we're going to put the bird on this one. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm not using a lot of different glues this time. Just because the way it is. So I added just a little daub to the little bird. I'm going to put him on the book. And before I get too carried away, I have to remember there's words involved. All right, so these are all the little windows that come out of those. But if you take the one that you like that for the words, and this is I'm pulling in. Oh, I lost one of my pieces. Oh no, that wasn't a piece to lose. Oh well. I am bringing in the moment. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax. And then I had another part. And of course, it's the tiniest piece that disappears. So that's where this one came from, is in the moment. I'm going to go ahead and stamp on it. Not being over the top of my project sometimes. All right. That wasn't very good. Not very juicy. I'm going to flip it over and see if I can make it better, and then I'll pick which side I like best. All right. That fly. Oh, my word. It really wants to stamp today. All right, now I've got ink everywhere. So this is kind of low. I actually like the first side better. So then it just pops right back in that spot. All right. And I could cut out a different color if I wanted it to pop. I almost made it white. And I thought, no, I don't want it something that bright. So which one do I like better? Yeah. Okay. Just add a little glue. And depending on what you want to put in there. There you go. So there's that piece. That one doesn't have the texture on it anymore, but it's okay. I was going to color this bird now that his glasses are dry. I was going to make him blue, just like the other one. And I'm using light Tahitian Tide. And they can be a mother, son, father, daughter, mother, daughter, whatever. I love the blends because they just go fast. And then I need to find my other one of these. Dark Tahitian Tide. Nope. All right, dark Tahitian Tide. I'm going to add just a little bit here and there of the dark. And I'm going to add this dark. Didn't get it right on his nose, but that's okay. Not everybody wears their glasses directly on the bridge of their nose, right? Especially birds. Our cartoon birds that wear glasses. All right. Can you hear him in the microphone buzz by? All right, there's our little bird. All right, and I'm going to color this again just a little bit to blend in some of those lines that I stuck in there. All right. Now the bird is very easy to cut out as well. Oh, I forgot the nose. Where is... There we go. Now, like I said, he's very easy. I like to start with the feet because then there's a lot of support for those little feet, and I'm not going to chop them off as easily. Does that make sense? To go between them before you get a whole lot of it gone. And now I made... All right. Fix it later. All right, and then I'll come back and get the rest of that. I would probably do the same thing with the glue on these that I did on the first card, but I will probably wait and do that a little later. Just because I think it's a cool effect. But I don't want to touch that glue again because I made such a big mess with it. All right. But you have to remember with the glasses on ahead of time. Otherwise, you're just going to be cutting out glasses, which actually could be cute too. But, all right. I'm going to come in. Do not cut the feet off. Do not cut the feet off. This is the tough part. Not cutting the feet off. The little legs. I could have just left him whole, right? Or I could just cut his legs off and he could be roosting. You know what? That's what's going to happen. He's roosting because I'm not going to mess with the legs right now. Oh, he's roosting on the books. Okay. So then one was almost gone anyway. I don't know if you could see that or not. It was not going well for those little legs. Those little bird legs. Okay. So let's do this. Oh, he wasn't supposed to be roosting. He's fine. All right. We could, I've got lots of books. Or do I? Okay, I'm going to put books here. I thought I had another stack of books. And then I have one more stamp set to pull in to show you. I know, I had a lot with this. So it kind of looked like they're sitting on the bookshelf. There's another set. I'm not sure where they went. I thought I had another set, but oh well, we'll use what we have. Rest this here. Any book lovers in the group? None so far? All right. And this can be varied by whatever. I kind of wish I wouldn't have cut his feet off now, but oh well. He'll be fine. He's roosting there on the bottom. Give him a little glue. If I had a book, I'd put a book under him. Oh well. Yeah, I still might. I'm going to put that aside for a second. I can get another book for him and have him sitting on a book. The next thing I have are some other parts. So we're going to take this, and this is going to go on our card base that I mentioned earlier. So this is 4 by 11, and then I scored it 5.5 and 2 3/4. And then you're going to put adhesive down here only. So I'm just going to use tear and tape because it's quick and fast and easy, and I have to use tear and tape on at least one project every time I do my free classes because I like it. This looks like it's narrower. The new pack. A new pack of tear and tape. But where this is going to have to be stronger adhesive because it's going to be handled and movable. So that's why I'm using tear and tape. All right. Whatever. So then kind of sort of center it on there. Doesn't matter about the top so much as the sides and the bottom. And then you're just adhering it to the bottom because it is an easel card. And then there's your bookshelf. Now, I have a couple more things left to do. One is to put the bird on here. I'm going to set this aside. We have, there's my, oh, no, that's the one I did wrong. We remember that one. So here's the inside of my card. And I am going to grab one more. This is the Alphabest stamp. And it has a punch that coordinates with it. I don't remember if they're a bundle this time or not. They were in the last catalog. So I lost my D. And I want an ampersand. Is that what it's called? Ampersand? Okay, we're going to do that. And I need this. So a little scrap of paper. I want this. yeah, I lost my D. So someday I'll find a D and I'll go, okay, I don't have anything to use that with anymore. So we're going to make a D there. And I used real red on this. So the card will say, sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax and read. I thought that was a good idea. So I'm going to take my, I didn't use the little bird. I mean, I did, but not to stamp. All right, I have to make sure I've got the D. And pop that in there. This is actually good to show you how easy this is. So you can spell anything you want. Thank you, Mary. All right. Awesome. Mary said that it was a cute idea to make the bookcase out of the tackle box die. I try to think a little bit out of the box sometimes. Sometimes I fail miserably, but sometimes I get a good idea. So, all right. So we're going to do that. I'm not going to use the ampersand yet. I think that's what it's called. I'm probably saying it wrong, but you guys get it. The and symbol. Maybe I'll go that route. All right. Now this is going to be the inside of my card, but I want something to keep the easel up. So I'm not going to make it with dimensionals because that's too much oomph. But I want it to lay flat, but still have a little pop. So I'm going to use glue dots. And got all my other letters here. And just put a glue dot on. I was hoping in this catalog they were going to fix the direction of the glue dots, but I don't think the glue dot people have done that. That Stampin' Up gets them from. Okay, I'm putting them on here backwards, so I'm not sure. I don't think I want them lined up for one. That just kind of makes it hard sometimes to actually line them up exactly. So when I kind of get them centered, kind of go there. So I'm going to do the two outside ones. So they're kind of even. Oh my word. That silly fly is just annoying. Have you seen it land on my hand? There. Now I want to take the and symbol. And I'm just going to pick up with this one. I know. Where's my red? And I'm actually going to stamp red on the card for this one. I'm not going to. It may not have a border. There we go. We'll give it a border. But it'll be flat. All right, please don't mess it up. You know what? I'm not going to do it because that's a little bit bigger than this seems to be. So it's going to be the way it is. All right. So this is going to go in the card. I still have to fix the bird with the book. It's all right. I got books here. Remember I made a lot of books? So I'm going to make a book for the bird to sit on because he looks short without his legs that I chopped off. All right. Now this. Give Cheryl a thumbs up. That'd be awesome. I'd love a thumbs up. Subscribe. I forget about that. I'm still kind of new to the Facebook scene. Oh, I'm so glad that you're going to get this stamp set, Nancy. It's a fun one. I was like you. I was like, okay, I didn't really need that one. And then I started seeing ideas, and then I started creating my own ideas, and it's like, oh. And then once I paired it with the pencil, because the pencil to me was like, that is such a cute little pencil. And if you put the little bird on it, so then it will pop up. It'll catch on to those. And some of the most productive thing you can do is relax and read. I could have made, yeah. So let's fix the bird. He's over here waiting. He's got glue on the back. I'm just going to make a book. And he's blue, so we'll give him a red book. A cherry cobbler book. It'll be a quick one. Do some... And where's my other cherry cobbler? Ooh, that was the light cherry cobbler. I should have done that differently. I did it backwards. Yeah, I'd love thumbs ups. Share with your friends. Subscribe to my channel. Love, love, love. I'm here most of the time on Thursdays, but it has been so tough to get here on the days that I assign. Last night I was ready to go, and then my daughter was so excited. She's putting her first classroom together, and she wanted to show me her classroom. So then I visited with her for a while. I thought, oh, I'll just do it a little later. And then right before I was going to go live, my daughter-in-law brought my granddaughter down to me and said, can you watch her for a minute? The pigs are out. So I watched my granddaughter while they went and herded, got the pigs in. So yeah, it's like, I gave up. I decided today was a better day probably to do this anyway. There was some reason I was not supposed to do it yesterday. So during the winter, I usually don't have any difficulty getting here on Thursday nights, but lately, wow, it's been tough. So I made one book and it's not going to fit in there very well. So this is where you do the cutting and the tucking and get it down low. So it looks like it's sitting flush, and there's one part that is looking white. Okay. And we're going to put a little dab of glue under there. I don't know why I always feel so rushed. I probably should just take a breath and just slow it down. All right. So there's my book. And there's my little bird sitting on my book, roosting on my book. So there you have it. There you have it. That is project number 3 of my free Stampin' Up class for the week. I do these once a week. I do at least 3 projects every week. My little truck class that I did, the truck and lawn class, there were 5 projects. 2 of them were quite small, but they were fun. So there's this one that's an easel card, and I will add the glasses onto that. So this is card number 3, project number 3. Remember to save your masks for another time. Don't throw them out. Use them over and over. This was project number 2. And project number 1. Oh, it's still drying. So I'll show you my sample. It does take a while. Don't be in a hurry to do those glasses because it does take a while. And here's project number 1. So there you have my projects for today. Thank you all for watching. And if you are on replay, say hello. However, everybody say hello. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for crafting with me. And I hope to see you again next week. Bye-bye.